Are you suspecting that your computer may be infected? Well, at some point, this will happen to you. It can happen to the best of us, so don't feel bad. Sometimes we believe we can click on a link, or maybe your little cousin goes to one of those websites where everything is on display, or any other scenario you can imagine. How do I know that my computer is infected? Well, the easiest observation is your computer may be slow, or possibly it crashes. You see all these pop-ups on your computer, you are being redirected to funny websites, there's new apps on your computer that you don't recognize, files go missing or change, your system protection gets disabled, and more. Let me be clear, all of this will not happen together. I am just covering symptoms in general. You'll see here that I have some examples of malware for your entertainment while I speak. In order to be able to understand how to clean your computer, you may need some knowledge, but do not get discouraged. We can cover the basics without getting too overcomplicated. Knowing the symptoms, let's check Task Manager. You'll see here the different types of malware, and you can pause it and check different ones if you want to see each type. But for sakes of pushing the process on, I'm going to Task Manager. Okay, this is Task Manager. I'm pretty sure you all are familiar with it. If one of your applications is not closing and you're like, what is going on? It doesn't want to close. You can go into Task Manager, do a right click and task, and it will kill that process, boom, without a problem. So let me explain to you. If you don't know what Task Manager is, it basically allows us to see the performance of our system, processes and services running, and users logged on. We will look at different processes and programs to see stuff that doesn't belong. You may see the Thanos browser and some sketchy processes using a lot of resources. Basically, look around. If you are not technical, it is fine. We will be running multiple scanners. Okay, so you can see here the memory, CPU. You got to look at the usage. If it's like a program you don't recognize and it has some high usage, maybe there's a concern there, or there's a problem within the files of the system. You can see performance, you can see app history. You can also disable or enable startup apps if you haven't done this and you don't know how this is the task manager works, but you can all see the users. So it's a pretty useful tool to see everything that's going on your computer, all the actively running processes and services. So like I said, task manager, look around, see if you see something weird. If you don't, then okay. Now we're going to close out of this one. Another thing we can check is our programs. Check to see if there's apps you may not recognize. Easy peasy. We're going to go into add or remove programs. Just take a look. It doesn't have to be anything serious. Just look around, see if there's something that you don't recognize. And if you don't see anything bad, just exit out of there. Also, Windows has something called Sysinternals. This will be a collection of 70 tools for IT managers and specialists to manage, diagnose, analyze, and troubleshoot a system. We will need Process Explorer and autoruns. Let's download them so you can have them on your system for send. So we're going to go to Google, friendly Google, and we're going to go to Process Explorer. We can get that app from Microsoft, and you'll see here, Process Explorer. And these tools are part of the Sysinternals suite of freeware that Microsoft has. So to download it, just go download Process Explorer. And you know what? Let's download autoruns right now, which we will see it at the end. But let's just download it so it is there. Now we have those downloads. You can exit out of the web browser and go to your folder, downloads. And let's start with Process Explorer. Like I said, we don't want to do autoruns until the end. Extract all, press enter, and it'll open this up, the extracted folder, and we're going to do Process Explorer 64. Okay, and you may see that it looks familiar to Task Manager. The difference is that you will get a lot more details, command line information, total virus scores, and more. You will get detailed information on all processes. And you'll see here, you see description, company name, and you'll see here if you have a process that you don't recognize or is sketchy, you'll be able to see here. I mean, sometimes they don't have a company name, or if you go here to options, you can also enable the virustotal, and you can see here virustotal score, and make sure this is checked. So right now I unchecked it, but make sure it's checked, and virustotal scores are going to appear. If you don't know what virustotal scores are or what is virustotal, basically I'm going to click here, and it's going to open the website. Basically, virustotal is like 77 vendors, security vendors that analyze for malware and problematic stuff. If you want to check a website or you want to check something in particular, a program, the program, if it's malware, there's going to be multiple security vendors. Each one of these is a security vendor. Palo Alto Networks, this is a quite well known, but you're going to see multiple detections here saying that your program is without a doubt malware or a virus. Total Virus is great at checking with your Process Explorer if you have malware on your system. So let's exit out of here, and you can see here it has the scores. If you see a 1, for example, here, you can check here, and I'm not concerned about this one, but if you have like 15, 20 more, the well-known security vendors are also tagging it as problematic. There's a chance that you might have something going on there. But as you can see, from 77 vendors, 0, so we know it's safe. And you can do other stuff here. You can right click, select columns, verified signer. You can do command line, or you could do whichever ones you prefer. And these ones are going to give you a lot of information. As you can see, command line and verified signer, it's going to give you information on some of these processes. In order to get the verified signer, you got to go to options and verify image signatures. And you can see here, it just popped up, right? So it's going to give you more information if it's these programs were properly signed. Sometimes they are not, but if it's a well-known program, if it's a safe program, most likely one of the big ones is going to have a verified signer. And you need to be connected to the internet to be able to get this information, because obviously it gets it from Total Virus and the verified signers and all that kind of stuff. So you can see how powerful this is. This is Task Manager on steroids, and it's going to help you identify programs on your system, infections, something that is running that is not supposed to be there. So it's really useful. I'm going to exit out of this one now. We already downloaded those, so I'm going to leave them there, and we're going to move on. You need to know that Windows has an embedded antivirus. It is called Windows Defender. And if you go here, Defender, you'll see here if you have your protection enabled, and you should. Right now I have it like this because I was doing something else before. Current thread, so you can see here ransomware and other stuff. So you go here, check, we're going to do dismiss. So you'll see now that we dismiss OneDrive. It's telling us what we have enabled. And you'll see here a ton of other stuff, and you can enable things here if you want to have that specific security. So this is just the embedded Windows Defender security, and this is more than enough for you to be able to have a safe system. And you could also do quick scans and more in-depth scans as well. So definitely make sure your real-time protection is enabled here and is not disabled. In all honesty, this should be all you need to be able to stay protected. Back in the day, there was no embedded antivirus and malware was easily installed. Today, we get security updates, included antivirus and scanner on our system, and education is more prevalent. But to be clear, you can still be infected, so a multi-scan approach will always be a best option. Okay, now that we checked these components, let's download our programs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download all the programs so we have them on our system. Something I want to download is Eset one-time scan. And you look it up like that and you'll see it. Make sure you're going to eset.com. Free online virus scan and removal. There's an option here to download an online scanner, and you'll see here, download it. You can close this. So it's an online scanner designed to remove viruses, spyware, ransomware, Trojans, adware, and more. A great tool for occasional scans. We know scans are important because it looks over your entire system. And we'll see here, you can see it downloaded, and we're going to double click. You know what? Let's do this one first, so we can get this out of the way. Get started as elevated privileges. We're going to click here, accept. And I don't want to do this one, but I want to enable feedback system. And I recommend everyone get a full scan. I'm going to do a quick scan because I already know my system is safe. But if you want to do enable, detect it, perfect. And I'm going to do a scan. This will take a while. So just know that this is an excellent tool for scanning your system. This is why we're doing a multi-scan approach, because if some other program does not find something, maybe the other one will get it. So we're going to do multiple scanners to fully detect whatever is going on. Okay, and the scan was completed. As you guys saw, it did an update to get all the signatures, and then it went through all the files on the computer. So we got to continue. I don't want to do the periodic scanning. It's a portable, but it stays in your computer, but you can remove it. Save and continue. close without feedback. Okay, your scan result in your inbox, close the application. Okay, so that's one of the scanners, and it's pretty good at that. It has some really good scores for finding malware on your computer. We're gonna do now another one, and that's gonna be Malwarebytes. We're gonna go to Google, and we're gonna go Malwarebytes. You may have seen Malwarebytes; it's pretty popular. This one has to be downloaded and installed. So you might have to install it and then uninstall it if you don't want it. I normally uninstall it because I just keep Windows Defender, but periodically I download it, install it, and use it. I wish it was like more portable like, but it is what it is. At least it's free. And every time you install it, by default, it's gonna give you a couple weeks of professional features or paid version features. So we're going to run these scanners, and then we're going to start running other programs. Basically, Malwarebytes, this is a free utility for Windows that removes unwanted programs, adware, browser hijackers, and other bad programs. It's like a malware scanner. It has features like real-time protection and other stuff, but with the paid version. Now we're going to go to open Malwarebytes. Okay, we're going to get started, and maybe later. Continue with free trial. The trial has been activated for 14 days. Okay, so I want to skip on this one because I want to do a quick scan. I don't want to be here forever. And I recommend you guys to do a full scan. And if you think you're compromised. As you can see, it's checking for updates first, and then it's scanning everything else, seeing if it can find some unwanted malware on the computer. And like I said again, multiple scans we're going to be doing. That way it checks everything. Okay, so it didn't find anything. This is what you're going to see. And you might get a quarantined documents or something. Just check them out. If you don't recognize them, or you look it up on Google and if it's malware, just get rid of it. But I have programs that it catalogs them as malware, but no, because I have a lot of utilities. And if I know what it is, I already know it's not a problematic thing. So you'll see here, you have a couple things that you can do. Like I said, Malwarebytes is pretty well known, and it's a popular brand. If you want to use them, go ahead. But I like this, that I can use it for free for 14 days. So I'm going to exit out of here, quit Malwarebytes because I don't want it running. I'm going to run Malwarebytes adware cleaner. And you'll see here, this is a utility from Malwarebytes that is free. You download it, and it looks differently at a couple things on your computer, ad related malware and stuff on your browsers and whatnot. So I like this one because it's, as you see, it's like a portable version as well. It doesn't scan it. It doesn't install anything. So you can just go do a scan, let it do its thing. It's going to be a quick scan looking for certain things. And like I said, a lot of these are going to be used in conjunction with the other ones. That way we can look for anything and everything on our systems. You can see here, it can run a basic repair as well, but I'm going to skip it because I did what I wanted to do. You have a couple things here. Quarantined items. If you found something that is not supposed to be a certain way, you're going to see it here. You're going to be able to delete it and get rid of that. And basically online, it says that Malwarebytes Adware Cleaner is a free portable utility for Windows that removes unwanted programs, adware, browser hijackers, and other bad programs. So you can see how easy it was to scan it. Now we're going to do another program. And like I said, this is the mostly recommended that I've seen out there. And I've used Malwarebytes and Eset. So we're going to get rkill as well. And I'll tell you in a second what is rkill. I'm going to download it from Bleeping Computers because I've seen that's a safe website to download these utilities. So you'll see here rkill download. And this tool terminates known malware processes on a computer. By killing these processes, the computer can operate well and security software can run in case malware is affecting its functionality. It does not delete files, only terminates processes. It creates a text file to relay information at the end. Therefore, after the rkill process performs a scan, it will not get rid of the malware, but it will help you know the best next steps. So let's download this now. Bleeping Computer, download now. I'm going to get it from here. And sometimes it doesn't bring the download right away. So you got to go and click here and it'll bring the process. So what I'm going to do, as you can see, it downloads quick. I'm just going to select it from here. You know, you can go to your downloads too. and we got rkill, and it looks like a command line because I said it terminates processes, and if it finds a problem within one of your processes, your computer is acting up, and then it starts acting okay, is because there was something on your registry files. This is going to help you to look at the right place for if you see something wrong here, and you see, okay, if it killed this process, blah, blah, blah. You're going to be able to, and you can see here, you should now be able to run normal security programs because it killed problematic processes. But because we are clean, it didn't do much. And you would see here, found an issue or something. But no issues on my system, and it didn't have to kill any processes because it's clean. But if it finds something on yours, look at exactly where the problem is, and you might be able to say, okay, so I know where this might be. So that's a helpful tool as well. And we run it just to see that it does its thing. We see that it worked and it didn't find anything on our system. We can move on. Now, I'm going to use Hitman Pro. And Hitman Pro, we can get it from Bleeping Computers too. So I'm going to go Hitman Pro. And you can download it from here. Or I'll just download it from Bleeping Computers. And I'll get the 64-bit version. And I'm going to wait for it to start. I'm going to click here to help it. Okay, and I'm going to go to download so you can see here. Okay, here it is, Hitman Pro. It's better to run it as administrator. And Hitman Pro, you see, is doing the automatic update. You can select a couple things here. Okay, you can select a couple things here with the scan settings and other stuff. Scan history. You gotta know what you're doing if you're gonna go through here. And on advanced, there's something I like. It's a virustotal. Basically, you create an account and you put your API key, and this will work with in conjunction with total virustotal to be able to get kind of like Process Explorer is gonna give you more information. But I'm gonna do it just like this. And when you're done, you just go to cancel, and you are going to start this next, and you can create a copy of Hitman Pro so it can have like a schedule to run scans on your computer. But I'm going to do a one-time scan, which is what I'm interested. And I'm going to go next, and you'll see here it's starting to scan everything. And I want to tell you what Hitman Pro is. This is an antivirus program that works as a second opinion scanner, which means run your regular scanners and use Hitman Pro as a last resort or as a second opinion, not last resort. The paid version removes malware, so at least it will help identify a culprit. So basically what I mean by that is that this is not going to remove malware. You have to get the paid version, but at least you will know that something is going on. And you'll see here there's a lot of tracking cookies. Tracking cookies are not necessarily dangerous. It's just something else that you have on your computer, and you're gonna get because you go to a website, they get your information, your not your private information, but they get your information that you look, let's say, at flights. Next time you come in, they'll know what you looked at, and they'll give you a higher price. Or it's for targeted ads, basically. But it's not something you have to be concerned of. If it finds something related to malware, then we might have a problem. But all these tracking cookies, not a concern. You're always going to have these in your system, and you can go and get rid of them or get a better browser that is more has more privacy in mind, which is I highly recommend it if you like to go in and look for flights and stuff, and you want your prices to change, because I've heard they change because they want to give you, they know you already saw it, so they bump the price up next time. So you see here, let's see what we got. Okay, no real threats. So we're gonna go next. So I deleted them, that's fine, and then close. So you see, didn't find anything, but Hitman Pro is really good. Run it as well with the others. And we're gonna run Rogue Killer as well. This one is really good as well for finding rootkits on your computer and unwanted stuff. Rogue Killer. And you can download it from Adlice. That's, I guess they rebranded. So Adlice is the new name. And I'm going to get it from Bleeping Computers. So I'm going to download now. And if it doesn't download it, I'm just going to click here to expedite the process. Okay. Refresh. Rogue Killer setup. Let's open it up. Yes. English. Yes. I want to start it so you guys can see it. Next. Install. It's basic installation. Next. Okay, finish. Minimize and close out of this one. And we're going to have Adlice opening up soon or not. Like I said, Adlice rokiller gets installed on your computer. Just know that. You'll see here, not protected. Please upgrade if you want to have these other protections. And as you can see, you can do malware scans, and you can just click here on scan. So you have a couple things here, as you can see. Dashboard, this, history. You can go to scan too, which is going to be better because you're going to be able to do the full scan. I'm just going to do a quick scan. And while it's doing its thing, Rokiller is a security tool for finding and removing malware and rootkits. It looks for hidden processes, malicious registry entries, corrupted system files, and repairs infections. So it's a really nice program for going and looking into specific things. So we see the results here. We finished the scan, nothing wrong. So we're going to go here. And then now we know that we run all these multiple scans and our computer should be clean. But depending on the severity of the attack or severity of the malware, there's a chance stuff may remain. And in the future, I'm going to make a video with the transcript if you want to see that. In the near future, I'm going to try to make it in the next few days and see if I can do that. But something else that I want to do is, I don't know if you heard about revo uninstaller. I'm going to do something because it's a neat trick. This is an extra for you guys. Revo uninstaller. So if you go to revouninstaller.com, they have this application to uninstall properly programs on your computer. You can see here they have a free portable version. They have a free version, Pro, Revo Register Clean. They have a Revo uninstaller free. This will install Revo on your computer, this version. But if you want the portable, use the portable, whatever you prefer. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open Revo because I already have it on my computer. And it's going to open like this, and you're going to be able to see all the programs on your computer. If you want to get rid of something, this is the way to get rid of it completely. And I'm going to do a quick uninstall so you can see. So we're going to remove adlice, and I'm going to make sure it's I'm going to quit, and I'm going to do this. And this is the only one I'm going to uninstall just for informational purposes. Moderate. Yes. Okay, it was successfully removed. Now we're going to click scan, and it's going to look for adlice products on our computer. And look at that. I want to select all and delete them all. Yes. There's more even after that, so I'm going to delete all, and boom. Now we completely got rid of adlice or rokiller, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people are used to calling it rokiller. Now, a little extra is if you see this hunter mode and you click on it, this is going to appear in your computer, this little target. And basically its target is if you're getting ads, let's say on a portion of your screen, you're getting, oh, you need this, or you need to do this before your computer dies. It has 1,000 viruses, whatever. You pull this, you're going to put it on the pop-up, and it will point you to what program is sending this. So it's going to help you a lot, because a lot of these programs, if you go to Task Manager, sometimes it'll have a name that it seems normal or it seems like a regular app. But knowing what is causing these pop-ups is going to help you get rid of them, because they're really annoying. I hate them. And on clients' computers, I always, whenever they say, oh, I think I have an infection on my computer, I run all these scans. And I run Process Explorer, all the scanners that I showed you right now. And at the end, I usually run autoruns. Autoruns is like Process Explorer, but mainly focuses on all the startup apps and all the apps that you get that start working after login. So you'll see here, you'll have a multitude of things, and you will also get virustotal. If you go to options here, you can hide virustotal clean entries, hide Windows entries. You can select what you want to see and what you don't want to see, right? So there's a couple other things that you can do. And look at this. So if you want to check and see, so I exited out of the Hunter thing with Revo uninstaller, because I showed you how to uninstall and how to use Hitman Pro. So we are done with that. And now with the auto runs, you can see here it's checking these programs and it's seeing if there's any more malware on our system. And you can check the names, the publisher, and description and things like that to see if there's something of concern. And if you recognize the processes, you're going to be, okay, I know what that is. So some may be more concerning than others. You can always right click, check virustotal, and do a couple of things in here and here. But autoruns is going to help you have another visual check on everything, making sure that you are good to go. So basically, I mean, this is it for if you want to see the PowerPoint again. I mean, it just gives you an idea on the different types of malware. Viruses, worms, worms, they spread across the network. Viruses get when you open something up, when it gets run, right? Um, you run something and the virus comes into action. Trojans, it may look like a legitimate app, a browser, whatever. Browsers are really popular. I think I saw one time, I can't remember if it was the Surf web browser on one of my clients' computer. Ransomware, spyware, rootkits. The rootkits like to hide. Botnet, if you have never heard about DDoS, is distributed denial of service. Somebody else may be using your computer to attack websites and services to be able to bring them down. What I recommend everyone is definitely learn about technology, expose yourself to these kind of things, practice. This is only going to benefit you more and more as we move on to the future. Know how to protect your information. Don't click on links. If somebody sends you an email and they say, yo, click on here, never do it. And most of the time, you don't need to be clicking on even friends' links because nobody sends stuff anymore via email. So websites also, don't click on anything. Don't download programs that are not verified or somebody that knows about computers recommends them to you, because I'm recommending stuff that I know it's safe. I can make mistakes, but I'm going to do my due diligence to always bring you guys good information and good programs that you can use on your computer. That is not going to hurt you. Let's make sure we have proper backups of our systems so that we know in case of something happens, we have that information. And I guess this is it. We covered all the multi-scans, autoruns, and different things that we can use on our computer just to be safe. So we covered multi-scans, we covered revo uninstaller, and a bunch of other programs to be able to clean our computer. And like I said previously, I want to run the transcript in the future on another video, because that one I want to cover it more in detail. And as you saw, anybody can do this. Anybody can download these programs and use them. So definitely don't get scared about downloading it. Just go follow my directions and start cleaning your computer if you think something's going on, or your computer is nice and peachy, nice and good, and everything's going well. You are not concerned, but occasionally running scanners, it is a best practice. So if you haven't done it in a year, definitely go ahead, do it, uninstall the stuff, and you'll be good. So, hope you all have a nice day. Local Techman out.